Hey everybody, welcome into the Beehive. I'm your host, TheBee at LLC, and this is where we stack precious metals like it's pollen and nectar. And today we have some breaking news from Everard at ARK S.G.O. So hopefully he'll be joining us here soon. Neil's Han Dynasty, welcome in. And speaking of the man himself, Ian.
Hey there, LLC.
Welcome in, good to see you.
And you, let me get my volume right. That's better. I've got to turn my phone off.
Check Stacker, welcome in, good to see you. So what's it looking like there? Is there snow on the slopes out there in front of you, or people skiing?
It's melting on Snow King.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see. Ooh. Can you see Snow King through there?
Yeah, you can actually a little bit. Yeah, there's a ski slope right there. He's got quite a view from the office there. Awesome, cool. Been kind of warming up here. It was warm.
Yeah, it's got a bit chilly this evening, but yeah, it's been in the. I think we nearly reached 60 degrees. So
yeah. Cool. All right. Well, looks like we've had a bit of a dip since our high there on the metals.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster, isn't it? From 28.5 down to touched the high 26s, and seems like we're forming a pattern around the 2720s today.
Yep.
Nothing really to remark on premiums, apart from we're sort of running out the 2023 sovereign coins now. So there's a sort of 50-60 cents jump on most sovereigns. Eagles at a reasonable price are on a 5-week back order now.
Oh, really? So there's going to be a little bit of tightness in a couple areas.
On the Eagles, yeah, there's some funny business going on there yet again, I think. I mean, I thought last year they got a second supplier of the blanks of the planchets, and so that wouldn't be a problem. But I don't know. It seems strange. They must be making money. I mean, the mint charge is $2.95 out the door to the primary wholesalers. You would have thought they could turn a profit on that.
Yeah, well, I know looking at all their other products, they sure have the last, I don't know, several years. They've just been having huge premiums on a lot of their nicer products.
Oh, direct to retail. Yeah.
There's some crazy premiums on those. But so I heard we had some breaking news.
Yeah. The whole sort of scene has really changed on the Vapor Crystalized Osmium from the Osmium Institute in Germany. So several reasons behind it. One of the main reasons is the Osmium team have been doing a lot of research over the last year, and they've very recently just concluded that there's a lot less physical osmium out there than they thought. A lot of it goes back to a trade. I think they mentioned there was a trade of 750 kilos, which was the largest recorded trade ever by one refiner. And they checked all of the product they've received over the years, and they linked it back to this one trade. It looks like this trade has been going round and round and round, being bought and sold, making the market look a lot more like it had a lot more of the raw osmium sponge available than there actually is. So with that, and with some other decisions from the Swiss manufacturer, the only company in the world who can do the crystallization to the fine level, they've decided to stop production at the end of 2026. And so together, the Osmium Institute has 300 kilos of osmium that they will crystallize. They've already crystallized 50 kilos, so there will be a total worldwide production of 350 kilos, not 23 tons, which was the estimate up until recently. So about 1/60th of the actual osmium will be manufactured. I mean, there will be lots of pieces will carry on being available as people who bought the bigger pieces early on will send them to the Institute and have them cut into the smaller pieces that are being very popular, you know, the 3mm round diamonds and the 2mm squares. So the product will be available for a long time, decades, but there will be no new production. So yeah, everybody's really absorbing the big change this means. I think this will mean we will see 5–10% price increases. Will not be unusual per month, not per year going forward.
Wow. So they're planning on not producing, right?
At the end of 2026, they will have on their current schedule, they will have crystallized their whole reserves. They have 300 kilos of raw osmium sponge in reserve. Whether it's all sold by then, I doubt it. I think they'll keep, there'll be a good chunk of that will be kept, and they'll carry on selling for their sales partners around the world.
Sure. So will there still be more coming in from mines?
There'll be more raw osmium being mined, but the Swiss company that does the crystallization will cease crystallizing at the end of 2026. It's been a 50-year journey for the, I'm just going to plug my computer in a minute.
Okay.
It's been a 50-year journey for the Swiss scientists, 51 years. And the senior guy wants to retire.
Wow. So, and like, is that, do you think someone else will try to carry that on, or is that going to probably be the wrap up of it?
It could. That's a question. As from what I'll learn a lot more in the next 2 weeks' time will be the annual Osmium Symposium in Germany and opening their new headquarters and laboratories and showroom. So I'm hoping over a good few beers, I'll learn a bit more.
Yeah.
But it does look like there's no one can come close to the level of perfection that they've achieved in the crystallization process.
Wow. That is very interesting. So the they kind of already have what they need to do that. And
yeah. So looking at the figures to date, they have crystallized 50 kilos, and they have sold around 30 kilos. So the 20 kilos is a sort of buffer level they have in inventory. So a lot will depend now on the demand going forward. It could possibly be that the demand will just increase as people think, you know what? Okay, it's relatively expensive, but it's a lot less expensive now than it will be if you wait till the production is ceased.
Right. Wow. Yeah, so 60 total, 30 sold, 20 in inventory. And so, man, if you were to have any, I mean, that really wraps it up for on any like special order pieces for sure. I mean, you got
after 2026. Yeah, I mean that will be so, you know, obviously this is pretty well brand new in the US. Wealthy families have been buying big discs of this since for nearly 10 years now. So there are lots of the bigger pieces, and I think at some point they'll get sold into the market to get processed into smaller pieces. Because I think the demand for the jewelry side, as we're seeing here personally already, it grows rapidly. When people actually see a piece in gold or in platinum or in white gold, how beautiful it is. I think that demand could easily exceed the manufacturing rate up until they cease in 2026. I mean, I was predicting that with 23 tons that the US demand could actually have the demand would equal the total production. Now we're only going to see just over 1/3 of a ton.
Really? So the 23 tons was kind of the worldwide guesstimated complete mined out.
Yeah, the original estimate up until a few weeks ago was that they would produce 23 tons now, and that would be over a 5 to 15 year time period. So now they're going to produce 1/70th roughly. So they're going to produce 1/70th of what I thought they were going to produce.
Wow. Okay. That's a big change.
It is a big change. I mean, it's not going to be too dramatic over the next few days or weeks. But I did the math and how many 2 millimeter squares, because a lot of you guys watching have been buying up the 2 millimeter squares. The 300 kilos will make around 10 to 11 million 2 millimeter squares.
Wow. So yeah, I mean,
I know it's a lot to absorb, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm just trying to kind of.
What it's done, it's really just compressed the timeline, because Ingo Wolf, the founder of the Osmium Institute, who brought the product to market, he was always 5 to 15 years before the demand would exceed the supply, and the supply would dwindle down to just a fraction of the demand. I always thought, and I've said quite a few times, I was thinking 2 to 5 years once the American market gets to know what this is and some major brands start using it. I predicted the US could use up all of their supply in a 2 to 5 year time period. So we are in that 2 to 5 year period now, except when this gets announced, there'll be some international press announcements shortly. And there'll be a lot of press attention at the opening of the new institute built premises. This could lead to a rapid increase in sales.
Yeah. That's. I mean,
so probably don't sell any of your osmium if you've got any. Yeah, it's like not unless you replace it.
Yeah, and like for those people who are excited about this or looking into it. I mean, I guess like you say, you're always going to have those existing bigger discs and squares that are in the market, but I mean, that's going to take a higher price before you bring those back into, to be cut up. So
yeah, I mean, the institute are going to carry on permanently after 2026. So they will do the cutting and certifying, turning the bigger pieces into smaller pieces. And they will also carry on facilitating, connecting people who want to buy with the dealers who have sold, because obviously all us dealers who have sold, we know who's bought what. So if, say, a billionaire comes and says, I want 10 of these 3 millimeter diamonds, I'll look through who's bought 3 millimeter diamonds, and maybe they bought them for $80. And now someone's offering 400 or 500.
Yeah,
I'm sure the market will form pretty quickly. The secondary market will develop when there's such gains. I think there'll be willing sellers at some price point. And that, that's what was going to happen, but it's just going to happen a whole lot quicker now. So
yeah, I mean, that's 2 years. I mean, that's very quick.
2.5 years. Yeah, it seems like 2.5 years can go quickly, can't it?
I think so. I think that's gonna happen fast. Especially, I mean, this is brand new news over here. So
I know it's very few people are actually going to get a chance to actually buy any of it in America. I mean, literally, if 11 million Americans bought the 1 2mm square, that's the whole total production.
Say that last part again.
If 11 million Americans bought a 2mm square,
That would eat it. Yeah.
That's the whole production, the whole 350 kilos. The 300 they have yet to crystallize, and the 50 that they have crystallized already.
Yeah. Wow. Stephanie S., My Silver Journey, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Yeah, okay. Well, since we kind of
we have a match. We have a match for that. Yes, Stephanie LLC did ask me, so we'll make sure you get that. I'm being very careful who and what I sell to at the moment. but anybody who's in the pipeline, we'll always make sure they get looked after.
Yep, and I'll get with you here shortly, Stephanie, with an email too, and discuss some other things. But so I wanted to, when I was doing the OCC video, change code video, I don't know if you happened to catch that or not. But
no, not yet.
Okay, well, is there already an existing page where Osmium owners can list their pieces if they did want to sell them, or is it just kind of through contacts at this point? Or
so, from what I understand, the Osmium Institute will help people match. They'll help sellers match with a buyer. I haven't actually looked into see how that will go, but as the US first and only retailer at the moment, we would hope that people would offer it to us first, and we will get it placed pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, if I mean that would be something that would be nice to have, you know, and a spreadsheet where people can go, or some list somewhere.
Yeah, we will definitely get a website up and going where people can put requests to purchase, and people can put product they want to sell. Especially if somebody wants to jump because I can see a waiting time might start occurring pretty rapidly. I mean, already you guys watching, I won't mention names, and some other people have cleaned out all of the 2mm squares. It'll be about 3 weeks before they've got any more.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and I mean, I know of other pieces that are wanted as well. So that's that's something.
But it's still, you know, it's expensive. But for the beauty, and you know, pieces starting in the low 20s, and some of the letters are in the 120, 130. The pieces are not crazy at the moment at all.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were talking about, some of us that were interested in it, and we would definitely like to have some way that we could, have a place where people who are wanting to sell at least can we can be contacted and let know, and make some place where people know there is definitely an interest to buy back.
Yes, somehow we'll get that done, LLC, and whether we combine that with the site we're thinking of building to help people showcase items they're making with it. I think it would probably be a good fit, actually, because then if people were looking and they saw like Neil's nose studs, and they think, oh, I wouldn't mind making some of those, or buying, and then somebody might have some 2mm. So it'd be good that you could buy the raw material, the raw pieces as well. So yeah.
Yep. For sure. Okay. Well, let's see.
So it's going to run out before silver. So it's official.
Well, man. Yeah. No doubt. That's very, and like I was saying, for any, if you wanted something now, I guess like you have the bigger pieces to cut something out of, but that's going to be, if you want something, you you bet you better get, especially if it's going to be a custom piece. Like,
it's not going to be cheaper next month, and it won't be cheaper in 2 months or 3 months or 4 months. It'll just,
yeah, I would think this is going to crunch the price and the
yeah,
availability of being able to
yeah,
customize pieces. I mean, it might get so demanding that it's just like, no, we're no longer, we're putting out a specific
yeah,
thing. And
yeah, it's possible. Yeah, yeah,
very, very interesting.
yeah. I didn't anticipate this for sure. So we will definitely be accumulating more personally for sure.
Yeah, and so otherwise, I guess they're just what will be available from the new mines going forward, and that would just go back to its older form, probably just remain in its,
that will just stay as osmium sponge. Yeah, yeah,
or those bars that are interesting.
Yeah, get sintered into beads or into bars. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to mull that over for a while. I'm sure I'm gonna come up with lots of questions about that, but yeah, well, I'll have to think about that for a bit. So, and I was gonna ask you about premiums, but you already touched on premiums a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some deals out there, but they're getting less and they're getting snapped up quickly. We had one wholesaler who put out secondary market gold maples on Monday. I got the email, I rang a few minutes, and they'd sold. So the bargains are getting snapped up quick in the wholesale world.
Okay. When it jumps up that fast, like it looked like, I mean, that's how do you guys I mean, it's hard to react when the market moves this violently, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, pretty well any sort of medium sized sale or larger, I make sure I know exactly what our resupply cost is, and I make sure I order the replacement product simultaneously with making the sale. Otherwise, I could get actually my resupply cost premium could be higher than I've just sold it for. So I've made that mistake once or twice. I try not to do that. It's not good business to sell it below your resupply cost.
Right. Yeah, well, with silver, it's getting crazy, and I have a feeling it might continue to be that way for a while. So
yeah, I noticed we got a couple of wholesalers who sold out of dimes and halves in the 90%. So I think that could be, and traditionally when the American Silver Eagle goes up in premium, then the 90% follows pretty quickly.
Yep. Hey, Tuli, welcome in. Yeah, when it's rising that fast and then falls back down, it's interesting. Gold wasn't, it's up, went up to 24 and didn't drop quite as hard, but silver was at 24 not long ago, and then now it's up to over 27. So I guess I can't complain too much, but I was wanting to see us go through 30 there, but I think that'll be coming.
I think we'll see that this year.
Yeah, I kind of have a feeling we might too.
We're still getting new buyers making large purchases. First time buyers. Not small purchases. The first purchase 10, 20, 30, 40, 100,000 or more. And a lot of them, that's them just dipping their toe in the water.
What are they like, gold or silver, or a little both?
Silver predominantly. We've been selling a lot of gold to jewelers because with some of the deals, it's been cheaper than buying gold shop. So I just try not to think about them melting down beautiful gold Britannias to make jewelry. But if it's cheaper than shot, that's what they got to do.
Wow, interesting. Yeah. Hey, Space Miner, welcome in. Joseph Lopez, welcome in. So, yeah, what else here? So it looks like the flow from west to east still seems to be hanging in there, kind of in place. You know, the outflows of the COMEX anyway.
Yeah. It'll be interesting, won't it, how low it can go before the industrial users panic and start to try and forward buy further inventory. It's so, yeah, we're set up for a perfect squeeze that Mike Maloney's been talking about for a long time, and Chris Marcus. It's,
Yep. And I was listening. Somebody was saying that it looked like the Indian market demand is for monetary purposes more than industrial. So
okay. That would make
that's going
sense.
to continue on. So it's
Yeah.
just kind of a matter of the rest of the areas waking up, really, huh?
Yeah, and you see how the Chinese currency is falling against the dollar. I think we're at 7.25 now. If that carries on, there'll be more Chinese people will be desperately trying to get out of the yen into something real. And if they're not wealthy enough,
I heard that's been kind of taking place here of late, but of course I'm not.
I can answer Thule's question here. Yes, I saw your email. I haven't asked the question, but I'm 99% certain that at the moment, any of the tiny little trimmings and offcuts will go back into the vaporization process. But I will ask for you, see if we can get you any crumbs of osmium.
Cool. Yeah, Efren Herrera, welcome in. Let's take it easy on the spam hole there. Thank you. So yeah, what else do we have for tonight? I guess I'm kind of thinking about the osmium and taken back. Do you have anything you wanted to cover tonight, or you're going to be heading over to Germany here soon? Sounds like
Yeah, heading off on Tuesday to England first to see family, and then I think it's the 9th. I can't remember now. It's written in my diary somewhere. But yeah, that would be good to actually meet all of the osmium people and see their new premises. And,
is their store going to be open or not yet? Like their new premises, will it be opening up then? Is that what this is for, or is it just kind of
it's coinciding with the annual symposium. Yeah. So it's been a yeah.
Is it open? Like, is the storefront going to open up there too with that, or is that just kind of showing?
Okay. No, they'll have a retail showroom as well. Yeah, as well as showcasing all of the cutting and certifying.
Oh, really? They're going to be showing the cutting and certifying of it too in their shop, kind of making that side of it kind of public.
Yeah.
Somewhat interesting. Okay. So do you know is Scarlett I seen her talking in one of her videos, is her jewelry do you know if her jewelry store will be located? Is she going to be part of that? Do you know her jewelry line?
Yeah, Scarlett is the vice president of the Osmium Institute, and she has a spin-off line of Oslery jewelry. But it's not so much as a business. She's done it to help encourage and promote jewelers and goldsmiths to use osmium to promote it and get it known.
I see. Okay.
So they're very good at sharing their designs where possible. They'll let people share their designs and inspiration. And
so they'll probably have a nice little. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and they're always looking for new designs. And we've got a friend, Ryan, who's making silver dice. And then I saw the gold dynamo the Osmium Institute have, and I thought I'll make an osmium dice. So we'll be we have the osmium arriving tomorrow to make that. So hopefully Saturday or Sunday I'll be building the world's first osmium dice.
Nice, cool. Yeah, I bet they'll have a nice showroom over there then, probably, for some nice products set up. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Sure,
so yeah, it could be a bit unsettling, and I think some people have been planning from other countries have been planning on a different trajectory, a different route. So I think it'll actually make it easier to sell, because I think this news will go around quickly. And I think that will just increase the demand with people knowing that 2026, it will then be a matter of secondary market kicking in and people selling back to the Institute to have their pieces cut. So the prediction is actually it will actually at some point, as the price of diamonds correct and keep on falling, at some price osmium will overtake diamonds, and it will be priced in carats, not grams. And it'll be, you know, more sought after and more valued than diamonds, which is a thought that I had the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
You know, first time I thought this is actually more beautiful and more versatile.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of expecting the demand to grow for it quite a bit, which, I mean, you know, maybe like you say, you might can find out more when you're over there, but I'm going to be surprised if that's just kind of, if they just shut it down at that and call it good, you know, something doesn't spin off out of it or something. But
well, the trade yeah, and it'll be a smaller market, but a higher priced. So for the next few weeks, next few months, nothing too dramatic. We will see a price rise announced at the end of the symposium next month. So there's an independent guy who now, so they've taken away from the Osmium Institute, just to give more transparency and more, I'm trying to think of the right word, just to make it more transparent why and how the price is set. So as an independent guy, we'll be looking at the demand factors and the manufacturing output. So, but
okay, well, yeah, that'd be some very interesting, because I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people talking about that. And yeah. I mean, I know I've asked you a little about it, and I know it's kind of a supply demand thing basically, but it would be interesting to see, especially after this crunch, what he comes what he comes up with there.
Yeah. I mean, if a large purchaser comes in and makes a large purchase, that will of course increase the price earlier.
Oh man.
I mean, if I had enough dollars to say to them, do you know what, I'll just buy the whole of your production, tell me what the price is, here's the dollars, I think I would do it quite confidently, knowing I'll get a very good return on that investment.
Yeah, well, that's what I had.
It might well attract some wealthy people, you know. I mean, in a way, I hope it doesn't, because I've only just started making my own designs. You know, I've been late to the party. You know, Space Miner beat me by a clear mile, making the first round.
Nice. No, yeah, I mean, that's what it feels like to me. Is I'm sure you're feeling it even more. So yeah, I mean, that's very, very big news and interesting, and
but there's time. There's time, and we have great favor with the Institute. You know, personally, I saw the great opportunity in the product, you know, its uniqueness and its being unforgeable with those, you know, the 10,000 more recognition points per square millimeter of the fingerprint, and its beauty and its density, its scarcity. So we've got a little bit of time, I think, and I think because they announced us with the flagship store and the only store in the US at the moment that sells at retail. I think we'll hopefully get some heads up before any significant price rises, so we'll get the option to get some inventory in, you know, and we can help keep supplying the small creative, you know, backyard makers.
I was kind of trying to get people excited, but at the same time telling them, you know, calm down, we'll get you what you want, don't worry. But now I'm kind of
maybe don't calm down. Yeah,
you better get a hold of what you can get a hold of if you're interested. Well, you can.
Yeah, I mean, we have a big consignment coming in tomorrow, so I'll have to go through that, see what's left, and maybe I can let you know, LLC, so you can let everyone know that you're in touch with. And maybe I'll just advertise it that way, keep it on the lowdown.
Okay.
We were going to put it on our website. I don't know. Well, I'll do that now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, let me know. We can talk for sure. Yeah. It's that definitely makes it a lot more interesting.
But I've put in a request for a whole load more of the smaller pieces, because it's
yeah, or well, I guess you know what would be nice is if we could get you to do like maybe we could do a live or something and get some of the footage of like how they're cutting it, and because I mean that would be
yeah,
you know, it'd be interesting to see some of the designs that they have there or whatnot. You know, get in touch at some point while you're over there. Maybe we can do something, do a live or something. But
yeah, that'd be fun. We could do a walkabout. Yeah, we'll see if we can get a few beers down, Ingo. And
there you go. Exactly. Yeah, because
he might slow down and talk at a pace that we can understand. He speaks so fast in English. Apparently, when he speaks in German, no one can keep up with him. He's just one of those.
Oh yeah,
super bright. Yeah, fast processing.
Nice. Cool. Well, yeah. Yeah, down to
Neil,
how you
just saw a comment there. Neil saying about his little commercial, the commercial he's made for crystallized osmium.
Yep. Yeah, I caught part of it there. I didn't know. Has he got it finalized there? You got your finalized cutout, Neil?
I don't know. Have you? Is it ready to roll, Neil?
Okay. Well, yeah, Stephanie. Yeah, like we said, you know, I think we already have your heart being secured for you, and yeah,
we'll get that tied up just after the show, LLC.
Yeah,
just
so
in case it's more. We'll make sure it's not more expensive tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll try to lock that in and get that dialed in as soon as we can, and then. Yeah, I mean, I know that I know there's demand here on my channel for it. So what we can move out this way, however you wanna leak it out to us, I'm sure there'll be some happy people at the other end. So
yeah,
me included.
And you know, I was thinking about this just yesterday, and it's like, okay, this is going to get harder to get. It's going to get more expensive. But if someone has managed to create and market and sell something beautiful using it, there's lots of other things you can use. I mean, there's you know, beautiful gems and stones from all around the world that if you do some research, that they're incredibly scarce and hard to get hold of. So this could be a real kickstart for somebody for building a design and making business, whether it's a side hustle or, you know, or a permanent shift. It doesn't have to end with just making something with osmium in it.
Right. Yep. I know we've this has definitely spurred some inspiration anyway.
Yeah.
So, we'll see where all it can
I mean, osmium makes it easier because it is so stunning. You know, it does spur imagination. But I'm sure if anyone can design something beautiful with osmium in, they'll be able to design something else with a gemstone in, or, you know, or even diamonds. I mean, diamonds will eventually, they'll be sold by the kilo. They'll probably be cheap as, glass. So
Yeah. Yeah. So
two
Julie's
I think I do have some 4mm squares coming in tomorrow.
nice.
Have we got any? No, I got a 8mm square there. There's an 8.
8mm square. What sparkle grade you got there?
That's a Sparkle 3.
3. That's a nice That's a nice piece. I kind of
Yeah,
like
I was thinking of having it into a pendant hanging from the corner, like a like a diamond shape.
Yep. Oh man,
I'm gonna have to get my goldsmith to. We've got a whole list of things, and yours is at the top of the list. I keep chasing him, Kev, LLC. I keep chasing him to get that done, but he's a real craftsman and artist, and he doesn't really respond to email or text. I normally just have to go, just walk in the store and say, "Come on, Rick, what's going on?"
Yeah, how much was? I'm interested too, Stephanie. How much? What and how much did that weigh? If you have the weight roughly,
that's a 0.377 gram.
0.3 gram. Okay, 0.377. So almost 4 gram, or almost 0.4 gram.
Let's pull up the QR code. That one is $523.02.
Nice. Yeah, see, I mean, I like a piece that size because it gives you a good, a really good idea of what you're looking at. I mean, you got enough spatial area there to. Yeah, that's really nice.
I've got pretty big fingers. I mean, that would my little finger is the size of most people's fingers, so that would actually make a pretty nice. That would make a pretty nice ring. Oh, I can't really hold it on there like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really nice piece with everything you need to see there and experience it. I kind of like the 3 sparkle grade 3 right in the middle there. I really like that.
It's versatile, isn't it? Yeah, you can still see the sparkle from a big distance.
But in that really rough. I mean, it would be nice for some things the sparkle grade 5, but it is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I think this piece is a 5. I think that's a 5. That one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty hardcore there. Makes a pretty good difference, really.
Yeah.
That piece there is probably, at least a gram or so, huh? What's that?
No, that piece, that's on loan from the Institute. I can weigh it. It hasn't actually got a QR code.
Oh, okay.
I think that doesn't actually. I can weigh it. What do you want? Units, grains, grams. That's 2.69 grams, that piece. So that
2.9?
2.69.
2.69. Woo! Yeah, that's pricey then.
$3,800, that piece. Yeah.
Boy, that extra weight, that sparkle grade really makes a difference in weight, doesn't it, too?
Yeah, it's nearly it's twice as thick. I don't know. You can see looking at the edge of the bar.
Ooh, yeah, that is thick. That is thick.
Yeah.
Boy, there'd be some interesting ideas for something that heavy. I haven't really thought of something for that very well, but I have to think about that.
The 3mm, these 3mm diamonds in the heavy sparkle, they're pretty dramatic for earrings.
Man, yeah.
Oh, yes. Stephanie asked, yeah, that's a Sparkle 5, that big, that rectangle. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's about that. So that's the thickest it gets, right? The most pronounced of a
some pieces. Yeah, some pieces are actually thicker because they're crystallizing it from the metal in a vapor form. So, they try to get it as even as possible. But the same sparkle grade can be vary in thickness quite dramatically still.
Oh,
because it's an art as well as a science, a crystallization process.
okay, interesting. So you can get a sparkle grade, but it'd be a little bit thinner on one side.
Exactly. Yeah.
Still be the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I bought a batch of hearts, and when people come in the store and we see what the prices are on each one, some of the lower dollar priced ones actually look as sparkly, or maybe a little bit more sparkly, the ones that are slightly heavier. So it's not perfect. It's not like how sandpaper is graded.
Okay, yeah.
So it's an approximation. So I mean, a high sparkle 3 can be identical to a low 4.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I guess they're using some sort of computer program to work out the average heights of the trough to peak. I'm sure, being super smart and German and efficient. But yeah, some people, I've had a few people, they want a 5. They want the strongest, sparkliest.
You
sold a coin disc, a Sparkle 5 coin disc, because yeah.
That would be awesome. I would love to have that.
Yeah, and the hexagon, I think they've got a batch of those. They're all in a pretty thick sparkle grade.
I mean, that's probably, I guess, I was thinking for jewelry, but if I had money, that's what I'd probably get a disc, and I'd probably get just the weight, just get a 5, just go for the weight. And
it's dramatic for sure. That
right,
sparkle,
very dramatic.
Yeah,
just as a piece in itself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and in the jewelry world, I mean, I think there's several million jewelers in the US. I think that's the figure. Maybe somebody can look that up. I think I saw 1 or 2 million jewelers in the US. So if you think about it, say there's 2 million jewelers in the US. Well, they could each buy 5 or 6 of the 2 millimeter squares, and that's it. It's like, so it's not going to reach. It's only going to reach maybe 1 or 2 or 3% of jewelers in the US.
Would there be why would it scare a jeweler away? Have you had jewelers that shy away from it? Kind of. Is there a
lack of understanding? It seems to be very binary. We've got one in Texas, and she just loves it. She realizes, wow, this is something different. It's something completely new. She understands the scarcity. She's making a beautiful combination. She's making sterling silver rings with 7 millimeter, 11 millimeter, and 18 millimeter discs in, and they just look stunning. So your base, the work for the ring and the cost of the metal is negligible compared to the osmium. So you could have a $4,000 or $5,000 piece of osmium, have it mounted into a beautiful sterling silver ring for $300-400. So, where if you have a beautiful diamond ring, you're paying way over the top for the diamonds.
Yeah, I mean, an osmium ring is going to last forever. That whole diamonds are forever thing is fading, whereas the osmium forever I can see going.
Yeah, and most people are never going to be able to buy a piece. So
now, especially after hearing what you just said, that brings it into reality for me for sure.
Yeah,
that's, not sure I've quite wrapped my head around that yet, but
Neil's just done some research there. There are just under 8,000 jewelers currently employed in the US. Okay. Oh, a lot less than I thought then. I thought it was way more jewelers. So if there's 8,000, so if we've got 11 million, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6 noughts.
You're
8, 1, 2, 3.
You're already in, Stephanie. So yeah, we can.
It's not many pieces. not many pieces per jeweler. Is there an investment amount? I would say a 2mm square is a sound investment. I mean,
I mean, you've got
2026, I think. Yeah, the 2mm squares, I think, will be selling for, I mean, say the average price is 25 today, times 20% plus. They're going to be $50, $60 before the end of 2026.
Okay. Hey, Nickel Stacking and Tiger Stacker, welcome in. Yeah, that's quite interesting. We got the more we got more people interested, right now, and I just see it growing. So yeah, you're gonna.
And another way to approach it is, I mean, a lot of us are really busy, but we have great ideas. I think this is probably the time to sketch out your idea, work out what pieces of osmium you want to put into it, work out how many pieces you want to make, and then just buy your pieces. And it will be to your advantage actually to wait, make them towards the end of 2026, and you'll be selling them for way more than you purchased the osmium for. So
yeah,
to a certain extent, if you haven't got the capacity to sort of gear up and make and get the sales and get the maker to make it, you can still take great advantage by having pieces in reserve now, whilst they're half or a third the price they will be.
Yep, that's what I'm seeing right now. Get in what you can and hold what you can, and then get some for releasing maybe as it rises. But I'm gonna get a few pieces to go in the deep stack that
Yeah.
hopefully are
Smart.
long holds, and then what else I can come up with, we'll see. But awesome. Well, very cool information. Definitely would love to have you live with me or get some information, contact with you when you're over there would be really cool.
Yeah, sure.
And let's see, what do we got here in the chat? Tiger's on a plane. Have a safe flight, Tiger. Nickel was saying he wants a 5 sparkle grade. Do you mind showing him that piece of the sparkle 5 you have there?
Yeah, I'm hoping they might forget they've lent this piece to me. It's possible.
Right.
Just don't, any guys watching, don't tell the Institute I've got their 5 sparkle rectangle.
Right. I'm sure they've probably about it. Yeah, you can see the thickness on that piece, pretty definite. Yep, you're good fortune indeed. All right, Ian. Well, yeah. What else do you have for us? What do you got for silver deals before we get out of here?
I always got a deal for you guys. Let me think, what's the best deal? Probably still the 10-ounce bars. We've got a few left at 99 cents premium. Some Philharmonics for a couple of bucks. And if anybody needs just to top up, let me know, and I'll cut you a deal. We're all friends here.
Yeah, for sure. Stephanie, indeed. Yeah, I mean, you're lucky you got in. You're already locked in with what you've asked for, and then for what I can assure you that nothing will be going through my hands at the prices I moved them at last time, knowing what I know.
When you look at it, I haven't done the math how many of those hearts the whole production will make, but it's only a few million now. If if the whole production will make 11 million 2mm squares, it's probably only going to make 2-3 million of those hearts.
Yeah, you're gonna have something very unique and special.
Very precious, and And even if you just keep it, it's nice in this world, isn't it, to have something just that is genuinely irreplaceable and rare. You know, and even if you buy it to keep it, to pass it down, tell the story. You know, you were there, you got a piece of this before the rich people heard of it. You know.
Yep. Yep, for sure, for sure. Yep, Nickel, you're in there too. You're in there too. And knowing what you know now, you know, I mean, me, I'm just going to be re-upping when I can, while I can. So,
yeah, we will sell down a little bit more silver to keep buying the osmium. I'm hoping that silver will do something dramatic. You know, if silver keeps pace with osmium for a while, that will be ideal for me, because I'll just keep switching from silver into osmium.
you got two people trying to call you when you get off here, but they don't know that I'm just going to take him backstage and make some money
Buy it all.
Oh, that's awesome, Stephanie. No, we'll get you some more too if you're interested. So
yeah, I mean, we're in business to sell, so you know.
Yep. Just reach out to us, let us know, and
you know,
that's
if for every 10 or 12 pieces we sell, we can get a little piece. So you know, yes, the time is accelerated, but I still think the US could be the largest market for their product.
wouldn't surprise me.
It would be cool. It would be cool in a way if we, you know, little guys in the US could front run the world market. You know, when the world realizes what it is and they want it, and it's all in the hands of small makers, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? That would really,
sure,
you know, decentralize it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I think that's about gonna wrap it up for me. You got any last statements? I think we're gonna call it.
No, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and appreciate everybody who's commenting and watching. And I try to be available.
Yeah, we're all everybody that I've been working with is really happy to be working with you, and I really appreciate you coming on my channel and helping me out. It just continues to get funner. So
yeah, it is building a community of like-minded people, isn't it? You know,
yeah.
We've all got our stories, we've all got our struggles, but we you know, but we keep getting up and keep trying, and that's what it's about, isn't it? And if we can help other people at the same time, it's even better, isn't it?
For sure, and that's what I see happening. So we'll keep moving forward and keep smiling. So, all right, I will let you go. Stick with me for just a bit. I'll talk to you here when we hop off. But everybody and Stephanie, I'm going to be sending you an email here, so look for that. Space Miner, thanks for being here. Nickel Stacking, Tooly. Everybody else that came through, thank you so much, and we will catch you guys on the next one.